Well, hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our broadcast of this OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 2A, 1A Baseball State Championship playoff matchup. In the quarterfinals, it is the number 3 seed, Umpqua Valley Christian, hosting the number 11 seed, Heppner, Ione. Welcome in, everybody. It is time for baseball here on 541radio.com and on the Score YouTube channel. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in for this sports special. It's great to have you with us. I'm Joey Keeran. Our public address announcer, Kenny Sherman, is announcing the starting lineups down on the field for both squads. And as we get ready for the matchup, we will get a chance to take a look at who's starting for both sides here in just a moment. Taking a look at the matchup, it is Heppner Ione out of the Special District 7 district, the league out there where they finished second at 14-2 in league, 18-6 overall, coming off of a win in their last game over Klatskanai, 4-3 the final score. The upset there for Heppner Ione to move on. The Mustangs and now here in Roseburg to take on Umpqua Valley Christian, who is coming off of a 9-1 win over Illinois Valley. And Umpqua Valley Christian, the number 1 team out of Special District 5, the number 3 seed in the state playoff bracket. They were 15-0 in league play, 22-6 in their league record. It's going to be a fun one here today to see which team can move on to the semifinals coming up next week as we get one step closer to crowning a state champion in the 2A, 1A classification. Well, we've got great weather here today, not too hot, not too cold, and most importantly, it's not wet. We've got mostly cloudy skies out there, a lot of clouds, some darker ones off in the distance to the right field side here at Champion Car Wash Field, but some sun is poking through on the left side of the diamond. We are expecting to stay dry through the afternoon, might have a little bit of wind gusts. Right now, the American flag in center field is blowing left to right across the diamond for the start of this ball game here at Champion Car Wash Field, where the conditions usually very playable, especially with the turf field here now. But we will have the wind that could play a factor into a lot of things here. And for the fans that are tuning in from outside of our region, maybe tuning in to hear the Mustangs here in the quarterfinals, it's all artificial turf here at Champion Car Wash Field. It's 320 down the left and right field lines, 385 to dead center field, but it plays deeper in the alleys to left and right. It's a big ballpark with the wind typically blowing in and holding balls in the field, but if you can find the alley, you got a lot of room to run here today. We'll see how this one plays out. Two teams that, by my research, these two teams have not met each other since maybe the 2011 state playoffs, when Heppner Ione beat UVC 11-6 in the first round of the playoffs there, on the way to a berth in the quarterfinal before losing to Portland Christian. We'll take a look at your starting lineups here after the national anthem as we get ready for today's ball game. All right, it is just about time to get this one underway. Let's go ahead and introduce you to the starting lineups. First, we'll start off with Heppner Ione, the visiting team in the matchup, seeded 11th in the 2A, 1A bracket. Led by Coach Tim Wilkins in his 7th year leading the program. It'll be Caleb George, the third baseman, leading off for the Mustangs, followed by Kalen Proudfoot, the second baseman. Jace Wilson in right field will bat third, followed by Alakai Rodriguez, the shortstop, batting cleanup. Cord Dickinson, the left fielder, will bat fifth. In right field, hitting sixth is Brody McDaniel. The first baseman, Ryan Haugen, is batting seventh. The pitcher, Keaton Coiner, will bat eighth. And hitting ninth is the DH, Andrew Lindsay, who will hit for the starting catcher, Matt Wilson. That is a look at the starting lineup for the visiting team in the matchup. The home team, it's the two-time defending state champion, Umpqua Valley Christian Monarchs, led by Coach Dave York, his 26th year, leading the Umpqua Valley Christian Monarchs. His lineup will have Tegan Sprague leading off as the pitcher, Justice Bendel, the third baseman, batting second, Caleb York, the second baseman, batting third, Ryan Shaver at shortstop will bat cleanup, Max Christenberry, the first baseman, hitting fifth, Isaiah Blankenship, the catcher, batting sixth, Cade Downey, the left fielder, will bat seventh. Hitting eighth as the center fielder, Caleb Saylor. And rounding out the starting nine will be Hunter Powell in right field. So look at your starting lineups for the matchup here today. Out on the mound for the Umpqua Valley Christian Monarchs, the right-hander, Tegan Sprague. A second-team All-State selection last year as a sophomore when he helped the UVC Monarchs reach the state championship game where they won it all in a 2-1 victory over Kennedy a year ago. And it'll be Sprague on the mound to face the Mustangs here in the top of the first. Bit of a breezy day, as we mentioned. Our center field camera does get kind of pushed around a little bit by the wind out there. Hopefully it won't have too much of an effect on things for us here today. Might have a bit of an effect on some of the play out there on the field. All right, here we go. It is time for this one to get underway as the first pitch of the ball game from Tegan Sprague, the right-hander, to Caleb George. Swing and a miss, and we are underway. Strike one at 2:58. Just a little early as we get things underway. The 0-1 pitch is high and inside, a 1-1 count. Tegan Sprague out there on the mound. Bounces the 1-1 pitch in front of the plate. Sprague, the junior, been the ace of this staff for UVC. 2-1. George swings and misses for strike two. Ball in play. Out towards the right side. Calling for it will be the second baseman, Caleb York, as he drifts into the outfield. That'll retire Caleb George to get things started here in the ball game. One away.
Next batter will be the second baseman, number one, Kalen Proudfoot.
Kalen Proudfoot will dig in, the second baseman. First pitch swinging, puts one out towards right field, but on the run, it's Hunter Powell. The sophomore in right field tracks it down, snags it out of the air. There's two down quickly on the first pitch, retiring the second baseman, Kalen Proudfoot.
To the plate now, center fielder.
And it brings up Jace Wilson, the right fielder. We'll try to get things going here for the Mustangs. He swings away at the first pitch, and it'll be over to first base. They get to put out for the final out here in the first inning. A 1-2-3 inning for Tegan Sprague and the Monarchs. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on for the Mustangs. After a half inning, it is 0-0, and we go to the bottom of the first with the Monarchs coming up to bat here in a moment. We head to the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Sprague, Bindell, and York due up for Umpqua Valley Christian. And they will face a lefty, Keaton Coiner, on the mound. We'll try to keep this a scoreless ball game for the Mustangs. As we get things underway here in the bottom of the first inning, as the title sponsor of the OSAA State Championships, On Point does everything it can to help our team and community get ahead. On Point delivers the local banking and lending its members need to reach their goals and make more possible. Visit On Point at onpointcu.com. On Point is federally insured by NCUA Equal Housing Opportunity. Bottom of the first inning. Tegan Sprague, the pitcher, will lead things off. The lefty delivers to the right-hander. It's high and away for ball one as we get things underway in the first. Scoreless ball game so far. Back behind the plate, Matt Wilson catching for the Mustangs. Coiner sets, works out of the windup. Misses just a bit outside. A 2-0 count to start. Out at first base, Ryan Haugen. At second base, Kalen Proudfoot. Left side of the diamond, it's Caleb George at third and Alake Rodriguez at short. 2-0 delivery. Over the plate, but low, a 3-0 count. In the outfield from left to right, Cord Dickinson, Jace Wilson, and Brody McDaniel. The defense for the Mustangs wearing their blue tops, gray trousers. A 3-0 pitch, high for ball four. So Sprague draws a leadoff walk, gets the first base runner of the ball game. It'll bring up Justin Bindell in a possible sacrifice situation. Blue tops for Heppner Ione. They've got the yellow gold numbers on the front and the back of the jerseys, the gray trousers with the stirrup socks on. It's a pitch outside. 1-0 count to start. Over at first base, Tegan Sprague after the leadoff walk. Justice Bindell, the third baseman, takes outside. The ball will go through. Back to the backstop. Wilson chases it down, but up to second base goes Sprague into scoring position. Two-0 count with a man at second now as Bindell will look to try and see if he can give the Monarchs an early lead. Takes a pitch on the corner for a strike. First strike thrown for Coiner. Delivering 4 straight pitches outside the zone to Tegan Sprague to start it out. And started out 2-0 behind against Bindell. But he gets one across. Now he's seen one. See if he continues to find the zone here. Shortstop holding on the runner at second. Squaring to bunt. Offered and could not connect. That'll be strike 2 for Bindell. Out at second base, Sprague got a good read on it. Didn't get too far off the bag. It scampers back in time before Matt Wilson thought about a throw that direction. 2-2 pitch from Coiner. Out of the stretch with a man at second. There goes the runner. Pitch high. Throw down to third base. Not going to be in time. Count goes full, and now a man at third base for UVC. Stolen base for Sprague. Decent throw by Wilson, but it was just a hair behind. Had to try to step around the batter to get a good, clean line to throw to third. Coiner will step off before the full count pitch. A 3-2 delivery. Outside, that's back-to-back walks to start out the ball game for Keaton Coiner. So that brings up the three-hitter. It's Caleb York. Runners on the corners with nobody out as UVC tries to grab an early lead. The Monarchs didn't really break away against Illinois Valley in the second round until middle of that game. It's a pitch just a bit high in towards the hands for York. He takes for ball one. 6 runs in the bottom of the third, helping UVC get by Illinois Valley in that last round of the playoffs as the runner takes off from first. Behind the plate, Wilson, no throw. Easily into second base will go Bindell. Wilson got up, but did not want to throw down to second with a runner at third. He was carefully watching Sprague at third base. Pitch inside, 3-0 count here for York. .3-0 delivery for Coiner. He's already walked 2. Ground ball chopped hard, foul down the first base side for Caleb York. Question in the chat here on our YouTube stream. Did he hit any home runs this year? I'm not certain on that. I don't have the season stats for UVC. Grounds one hard right side. This will score a run. The play to first base will be there to get him. Rodriguez gets it to Haugen for the putout. A run will score. It's an RBI ground out for Caleb York. 1 away, and UVC grabs the early lead. Up to third base goes Bindell. Feel like I did maybe hear throughout the season, hear about him hitting one or so. A pitch catching the corner. Strike one here to Ryan Shaver. Would get box scores throughout the season, but I didn't track it too closely. But I do feel like I remember hearing something about that possibly. 0-1 pitch to Shaver, who's in the cleanup spot, looking to try and put a charge behind something. Hard to get a home run out here at Champion Car Wash Field, especially with the wind blowing around as it is today. We have seen some inside the park home runs here in the past. 1-1 delivery for Coiner with 1 out and a man at third. That ball is lifted in the air right side. It's heading out towards the bullpen, and it was not too far out of the reach for Brody McDaniel out there. He chased it into the bullpen, didn't leave his feet, and the ball lands just in front of him and then hops off of the fence. Didn't leave the ballpark, but he does not make the catch. It'll be strike 2 for Shaver. So far, 1 run in, a couple of walks, putting 2 runners on base to start out the first inning. Caleb York drives in a run on a ground out. Ryan Shaver at the plate right now with 1 out and a man at third, and he fouls off another one, staying alive. Ryan Shaver was a first-team All-State selection last year. This UVC team trying to get back to the state title game. This might help. This ball hit well, and it's out of the reach of Jace Wilson in center field. A double for Shaver, and it's a 2-0 lead for UVC. Shaver puts a charge into one and sends it out to deep right center. Gets a double. Drives in one. Credit to Jace Wilson. He almost ran that ball down. That was not as far out of his reach as I thought it was going to be. First pitch low and inside for ball 1. To Max Christenberry. That was the first hit of the ball game for UVC. A double for Ryan Shaver, scoring Justice Bindell. There's a pitch outside. 2-0 count here for Christenberry. Shaver, a hard swinger, man. He just takes a big cut at that one, but he made solid contact and sent that ball towards the alley. 2-0 pitch, bounces in, scooped up by Wilson behind the plate. Bottom of the first, a crooked number on the board for Umpqua Valley Christian. 2-0 lead. Man at second with still just 1 out as a swing and a miss on a 3-0 pitch. Green light for Christenberry. Coiner on the mound, a 3-1. Hits the outside edge. Takes the count full. Christenberry will dig back into the right-handed batter's box as he waits for the 3-2 pitch, but will not get one. It will be a balk issued to Coiner. This is the third playoff game of the postseason I've done, and I've now seen a balk in every game in the playoffs, covering Roseburg High School baseball through the first 2 rounds. And in each one of those, the opponent for Roseburg did have a pitcher to commit a balk. 3-2, swung on and missed. A strikeout for Coiner. Needed that one. Gets a big punch out there. His first in the game. 2 down. He'll face Isaiah Blankenship. We'll look to try and keep this half inning going and see if he can add another run to the board. 2 runs on a hit so far for the Monarchs. They lead it early. Just outside, according to our home plate umpire, Austin Stone back there calling balls and strikes for us today. The man at third is Ryan Shaver after the RBI double that added a second run on the board for UVC. Swing and a miss. Blankenship chasing one up at chin level. A 1-1 count. Another swing and a miss. Keaton Coiner needs one more to get through things here in the first inning. Pitch bounces away, coming home, and the throw is late. And a run will score on a wild pitch. Shaver makes it 3-0, UVC in front. So the base is emptied. Isaiah Blankenship at the plate with a 2-2 pitch coming. Fouls it off into the grandstands. Stays alive. The lefty Keaton Coiner, a deep breath as he looks to try and get through this first inning. His breaking ball is elevated. And the at-bat will continue a 3-2 count now once again for Blankenship. Coiner has fallen behind a lot of guys in this one. He's thrown a lot of pitches to get through this first inning. Another one fouled away by Blankenship. Third game of the postseason for some teams. UVC a first-round bye. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll wrap it up here in the bottom of the first. Second strikeout in the game for Keaton Coiner. He finishes it out with back-to-back punch-outs, but 3 runs will score on just the one hit, no errors, and nobody left on base for Umpqua Valley Christian. It's 3-0. The Monarchs in front of the Mustangs. We'll head to the top of the second inning here on 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. We head to the second inning. A 3-0 lead for Umpqua Valley Christian here in this 2A, 1A state quarterfinal matchup. Heppner Ione, the Mustangs, will send Alec Rodriguez, the shortstop, up to lead things off for the Mustangs. Pitch just off the outside corner and just off the edge of the glove for Isaiah Blankenship. A 1-0 count to start. It's Isaiah Blankenship behind the plate, the battery mate for Tegan Sprague, the right-hander on the mound. Max Christenberry out at first for UVC. Caleb York at second, left side of the diamond. You've got Justice Bindell at third and Ryan Shaver at short as a pitch in the turf. A 2-0 count to start here for Rodriguez. Out in the outfield from left to right, Caleb Downey, Caleb Saylor, and Hunter Powell. Your defensive alignment for the Monarchs is a pitch high and inside, and it's a 3-0 count. To the leadoff man in the second inning. Sprague trying to stay in the at-bat, will miss outside. That's ball 4. First base runner for the Mustangs as they try to claw their way back. A couple of walks in the first inning by Heppner Ione. Their pitcher, Keaton Coiner, putting a couple of runners on. That helped UVC score some runs. We'll see if it has a similar effect here in the second inning for the Mustangs. Leadoff man aboard. Up to bat will be the 5-hitter Cord Dickinson. A left-handed hitter. A pickoff throw to first, not in time. Sprague. The hitter shows a bunt. Dickinson waits, offers at a pitch high, throw down to first base, goes into the outfield, and up to second base will go Rodriguez. The throw by Blankenship, he had to try and throw over the top of the left-handed batter, and he airmails it out to first. That'll be a strike at the plate for Dickinson as he offered at a pitch well outside the zone. And then up to second base goes Cord Dickinson. Goes Rodriguez with Dickinson at the plate. He's now swinging away, and he offers for strike 2. The 0-2 pitch here for Sprague. Check swing. Did he go around? Yep, the appeal at third says strike 3. That is the first out here in the second. One away on the first strikeout for Tegan Sprague. Brody McDaniel will dig in.
Right fielder number 14, Brody McDaniel.
One out with a runner at second base for the Mustangs. They look to bunt again. It is put down first base side. Nobody's covering the bag, and everybody's safe. Bunt defense not executed. McDaniel will get on safely with a base hit. First hit in the game for the Mustangs. And they've got runners on the corners.
Next batter will be the first baseman, number 2.
Sprague fielded off the mound, but crashing in was Christenberry, and Caleb York, the second baseman, late to get over to cover the bag at first. And there was no one to throw to for Sprague. So runners at first and third. Ryan Haugen will bat. The senior for the Mustangs. He'll chop one right side. That will bring in a run. York throw to first, head first dive, not in time by Haugen, but it's an RBI ground out, and the Mustangs will cut into the 3-run deficit. It's 3-1 with 2 away and a man at second base.
Next batter will be the pitcher number 5, Keaton Coiner.
So Haugen will produce an RBI, brings in 1, and Keaton Coiner, the pitcher now, will bat. Out at second base is Brody McDaniel. Coiner, a lefty on the mound, lefty at the plate here as well. Looking to help his own cause. Swings through for strike 1. A 1-1 pitch. He is just about outside, a 2-1 count. Sprague with the 2-1 pitch. Gets it across for strike 2. Two-two delivery. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and that will get the Monarchs through this top of the second inning. But not before Heppner Ione is able to get on the board. Second strikeout for Tegan Sprague. His Coiner goes down, but 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. It's 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the second inning here on 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It is Cade Downey that'll lead things off. First pitch fouled away for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. Line drive shot towards right center. It'll get down, but cut off by the center fielder, Jace Wilson. He's got some good speed. Seen him cover a couple of balls here. But Downey will lead things off with a single to right center.
Up to bat now, center fielder number 3, Caleb Saylor.
So a man on at first with nobody out, and another balk is called. So that'll put Downey out at second. Caleb Saylor at the plate. Now with a man in scoring position. Second hit in the ball game to lead things off here in the second. Showing a bunt, the ball gets by, up the third base will go Downey. And a little bit of help here from the Mustangs to help move the runner around, and all of a sudden UVC has a man at third with nobody out. Trying to get that run back that they give up in the top half of the second. It's in for a strike to even up the count. 1-1 here to Caleb Saylor, the center fielder. Just missing at the knees on the inside edge there. And that pitch not off by much for Coiner. Cade Downey led off with a single, moved to second on a balk. He's at third base on a pass ball. 2-1 pitch to Saylor. He'll take low, and the count goes 3-1. RBI opportunity here for Saylor, the junior. He'll take ball 4. Runners on the corners. Third walk in the ballgame for Coiner. First and third with nobody out. Runner takes off from first. The throw goes towards shortstop. Hunter Powell will take outside for ball 1. The throw not close to the bag at second, and they do not get Cade Downey to try and steal from third to try and cut him off at home. So that play doesn't work, but a line drive softly hit towards short for Hunter Powell. It's caught by Rodriguez, and there's the first out. The 9-hitter. The first out in the second inning for Umpqua Valley Christian. Tegan Sprague, the leadoff man, will bat. Sprague walked and scored a run in the first inning. He chops one up the middle, charging in. Nice job on the short hop. Gets it to first, does Rodriguez. It's a put out, an RBI ground out. 2 away. Coming in to score is Downey. It is back to a 3-run lead, 4-1 here in the second. UVC will get back the run they gave up here in the top half of the frame. But a nice job to get an out with that one. Alake Rodriguez. Not an easy play as he came charging in to get to that one. Justice Bendel, the third baseman, walked and scored a run in the first. He'll bat with a man at third. And 2 down. The 1-0 pitch. Hit him. Catches his elbow. So earning his way on once again is Bendel. A walk now hit by a pitch. And he's on at first. At third base is Saylor.
Next batter, number 9, Caleb York.
Two down, second time through the order here for UVC. The 3-hitter York is up to bat. He grounded out and drove in a run in the first. Takes a ball high and inside, a 1-0 count to start. York earned a first-team All-State honor last year. Coiner needs one more out to get out of things here. The runner takes off from first. The pitch is low. No throw by Wilson behind the plate. In standing up will go Bendel to second. Stolen base, second of the game for him. Took a big cut at the 2-0 pitch there. But York can't straighten it out. The 2-1 pitch inside, lifting up the elbows, getting out of the way there, York. Ahead in the at-bat, 3 balls, a strike. First base is open. Coiner already with 3 walks and 1 hit batter. And he will issue his 4th walk in the game. York on base for the first time. And he loads him up here. With 2 down, the Monarchs have every base occupied. And their cleanup hitter coming up to bat. He had a double in the first inning, drove in a run. Another one here could really do some damage. Already leading 4-1. UVC in front, trying to really stretch the lead. The first pitch, it's a bit high and outside, a 1-0 count. A 1-0 delivery for Coiner. That ball hit well in the air out towards left field. That's got a chance to get out of here, and it does! A grand slam for Ryan Shaver over the left field fence and out of here. Shaver met at home, gets to celebrate with his teammates. What a blast to clear them all. And it's suddenly 8-1. The Monarchs in front on a huge blast over the left field fence. And that's going to prompt a visit out to the mound. Tegan Sprague, touch them all. That ball just kept going and gets out of here. A grand slam home run, and your Umpqua Valley Christian Monarchs are leading big. Wow. Talk about a big-time performance there. Drives in 4. 5 RBI in this one for Ryan Shaver so far. Saylor, Bendel, York, all coming in to score on that one as well. Get a new pitcher on the mound for Heppner Ione. We'll get the details and come back to check in with you on 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel.
New pitcher now.
First pitch outside from the new man, Caleb George on the mound, a right-hander. He misses low and away to Max Christenberry. George will get a strike across. A 1-1 count with the bases empty after the grand slam by Ryan Shaver. Ball fouled back for strike 2 by Christenberry, who struck out in the first. On the mound, Caleb George moves from third base to the mound. Jace Wilson comes in from center field to take over at third. Pitch bounces in front of the plate, 2-2 count. And Coiner will go out to center field defensively. So Coiner exits. He goes 2 2/3 in this one. Only gave up 3 hits, but one a double to Ryan Shaver and one a grand slam, no doubter over the left field fence. That was just perfect. He drilled that ball. There was no doubt that thing was headed out of here. Base is empty with 2 down. The 2-2 to Christenberry, fouled up and out of play. Count stays 2-2. Christenberry fouls off another one, staying alive. 6th straight season that UVC has reached this quarterfinal round of the state playoffs. Trying to get back to the state championship game where they've won it back-to-back years. That ball right down the line. That's a fair ball. Heading for second will go Christenberry. That one deep in the corner in left field. That ball right down the line for Christenberry. And he ends up with a double. Just kept waiting to see if it would go foul, and it didn't. From up here, it didn't look like it did. And Christenberry ends up out at second base. 2-out double against the new pitcher for Max Christenberry. That'll bring up Isaiah Blankenship. He takes high for ball one. Fourth hit in the game for UVC as the bats are coming alive here. Blankenship 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout. Takes one down the middle for strike one. The 1-1. Missing high, 2 balls and a strike. Umpqua Valley Christian has reached the championship game in 3 of the last 4 seasons. As the runner takes off, throw down to third base. Had a chance, but the throw just a little high and wide of the bag. Long way to go for the tag at third by Wilson. And in safely will go Christenberry with a stolen base. 3-1 count at the plate for Blankenship. He'll take ball 4. Puts men on the corners for the Monarchs. They'll bring in a runner at first for the catcher.
Running for Blankenship at first base.
That will be Jake Wells that'll be running.
The batter number 13, Cade Downey.
Cade Downey led off the second inning with a single. He will bat again, facing a different arm. Runner takes off, and no throw from Wilson on a pitch high and inside. Stolen base for for the courtesy runner, Jake Wells. Downey, a 1-0 count. Pops one up right side. Fly ball into foul territory. Haugen, the big man at first, giving it a good chase, but he runs out of room. Can't get to that ball in time. It'll be strike one for Downey. In their history, Umpqua Valley Christian with 5 state titles since the program started back in 1995. In 8 appearances total. They won it all in 2002, 2009, 2019, 2024, and 2025. Ball belted in the air by Downey out to center field, but not very deep. With 2 outs, runners are moving, but the ball caught by Coiner. The lefty squeezes it for the final out here in the second. But not before 10 hitters come up to bat for Umpqua Valley Christian. The big blast by Ryan Shaver, the grand slam, and it is an 8-1 lead. UVC in front as we head to the top of the third on 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel.
Number 6, Andrew Lindsay.
It'll be the 9-1 2 hitters coming up for the Mustangs as they trail this one by 7, 8-1, thanks to a grand slam home run by Ryan Shaver. Tegan Sprague on the mound. His first pitch is a strike to Andrew Lindsay. Well, this broadcast is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit Toyota.com or your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Pitch outside, a 1-1 count. Overcast skies here. The blue sky has been covered by some clouds, but it's a comfortable day temperature-wise in the 60s. There's a ground ball up the middle. Out towards second base, knocked down by York. He'll make a late throw to first, but it's not going to be in time. And Andrew Lindsay will get on. Second error in the game for Umpqua Valley Christian. Runner on at first as the top of the order will come up to bat for a second time. Caleb George flew out to the second baseman in shallow right field his first time up. Sprague checking first, delivers home. Swing and a miss as George chases something up in the zone. Well, I was going to say, ask here in the booth if anybody had any idea about the other game on the other side of the bracket, but it looks like Country Christian, North Clackamas, and Cross Hill Christian, they don't start until 4:30, so I guess I was jumping the gun a little bit on that. We'll have to wait and see how things play out there. Cross Hill Christian is the 2 seed, so if they were to win, they would be hosting in the next round, or I'm not sure if the semifinals go to a neutral site. Pitch plunks Caleb George right in the side, in the ribcage there. He'll stand in and take it and earns himself a trip on down to first. That'll bring up Kalen Proudfoot. He threw a complete game in the victory, the upset win over Clatskanie in the second round for Heppner Ione. He'll chop one towards short. Going to third base, and it hits the runner and will trickle towards the dugout. It does not go out of play, but everyone will be safe. Shaver tried to get the lead runner. The ball was taking him towards third, so he took the easy throw, trying to go to third base, but he hits the runner in the back, and the ball gets away. So no out made. Proudfoot on with a fielder's choice, and the bases are loaded for the Mustangs. They've got a chance to try and keep themselves in this game, trailing 8-1. Sprague misses low with his first pitch to the 3-hitter, Jace Wilson. The Mustangs beating Cross Point Christian 7-4 in a home game to start out the playoffs. They've been on the road last round and here today as well. This ball fouled off. 1-1 count. The Mustangs beating Clatskanie 4-3 on Wednesday to advance to take on UVC. Mentioned first time in a long time that these two teams had met, at least by my research. It's a pitch outside, gets away, runner coming home, and scoring will be Lindsay. Reached on an error and comes around to score on a wild pitch. It's 8-2. And a 2-1 count for Wilson. Everybody else moves up 90 feet. So we've had an error, a hit by pitch, and a fielder's choice. Things getting a little sideways here for UVC, but with a big lead that's not out of control yet. Pitch just off the outside corner to Wilson. He's got himself a 3-1 count. Fouls it back. Sprague delivering a breaking ball over the plate. It was at least in 2011, the last time these two teams met in the playoffs. Regular season schedules and history only going back to 2013 on the OSAA website. Ball 4 taken inside on that full count pitch, just missing. Wilson looked like he wanted nothing to do with that pitch, and it just misses the inside corner to load him back up. Still nobody out. First 4 batters have all reached base, and it's going to bring out Coach Dave York for a conversation on the mound. with a big lead. Might think that the Monarchs are looking to be cautious with Sprague's pitch count. You want him available as much as you can, and with now a 6-run lead, I don't know who all. I would think that there are some other of their good arms available for Umpqua Valley Christian, that they could maybe try to pull Sprague, even if he's pitching well, pull him to keep him under a certain pitch count and try to keep him available to come back if UVC were able to advance to the next round, and then maybe be able to have him come back for maybe a relief appearance later or get a start in here shortly. His first pitch, though, bounces in front of the plate, gets away, coming home to try and score. The throw not in time, and everybody will move up. Another run comes in on a wild pitch, and it's a 5-run ball game. UVC letting them back into this one. This time scoring was Caleb George. He got on base with a hit-by pitch. Comes in to score on a wild pitch. It's 8-3. Check swing, foul ball. Alake Rodriguez walked and scored the first run of the game for the Mustangs in the second. Sprague. Nobody out, a 1-1 pitch, fouled away. So the Mustangs not going away quietly here, sticking around in this one. They made the long trip over here, might as well. They continue to battle. Semifinal round scheduled for June 2nd next week. There's the 1-2 pitch, low. Wind right now is blowing in and across the field from left field. 2-2. Hit towards third base, and no chance at a double play as the ball caught by Justice Bindell at third. A soft liner pretty much right at him. He caught and ran to third to try and see if he could double off Proudfoot, but he gets back to the bag in time. So unlucky there for Rodriguez on a line drive hit basically right at the third baseman. There's one away. Sprague gets the first out there. Faces the lefty, swing and a miss by Cord Dickinson. The right-hander facing the lefty. And he hit him in the rear end. Dickinson tried to get out of the way of the pitch. Leaned up onto his toes. Tried to thrust his hips forward to get out of the way of that pitch, but it just gets him on the bump. And down on to first goes Dickinson. He's the second hit batter here in this third inning. And it'll bring up the 7th batter here in the third. Of the first 6 hitters, 5 have reached base, 2 have scored here in this third inning. Bases loaded again. Swing and a miss for strike 1 to Brody McDaniel. McDaniel had a bunt. It was intended to be a sac bunt back in the second. But UVC did not execute their bunt defense, had no one covering the bag at first, and McDaniel was able to get on with a single. He's got the 0-1 pitch. Fouls it off for strike 2. For the Mustangs, this is their 5th straight season in the playoffs. That comes after they missed 8 consecutive years. From 2012 to 2019, did not make the postseason. The 0-2 pitch, high. McDaniel takes, stays alive. There's just one out. Bases loaded behind Tegan Sprague on the mound. A long half inning for him, facing his 7th batter. Swing and a miss on the 1-2 pitch, and down on strikes goes Brody McDaniel. Second strikeout, make that the third strikeout in the game for Tegan Sprague. 2 away, Ryan Haugen will bat. He had an RBI ground out back in the second. With 2 down, he's looking for something a little bit more here. 8th hitter to the plate. 2 runs in so far for the Mustangs. They've cut into the 7-run deficit. Haugen grounds one first base side. That's a foul ball. That'll work in the benefit for the Mustangs. That ball was fielded by Max Christenberry, and he was easily going to have a chance to beat Haugen to the bag. Instead, it's just strike 1 on a foul ball, and he's back at the plate. The 0-1 outside. First time in the quarterfinals for Heppner Ione since 2023. They lost 12-0 at Kennedy in that matchup. And that one clips the front arm. Haugen lifts up the arms just a bit, but it clips him just on the underside of the tricep. And he gets a free trip down to first and picks up an RBI. He doesn't have a hit, but he's got 2 RBI in this one. That's the 3rd hit batter in the game and in this inning for Tegan Sprague. Coming in to score was Kaylin Proudfoot. Jace Wilson goes to 3rd. Dickinson at 2nd. Haugen on at 1st. The first pitch to the lefty, Coiner, is in for strike 1. Coiner is the 9th hitter to come up to bat here in the 3rd. UVC in the bottom of the 2nd sent 10 hitters to the plate. Now we see Heppner Ione respond with 9 hitters coming to the plate here in the top of the 3rd. Ball fouled off by Coiner, a strikeout victim in the 2nd. He's behind 0-2. Tegan Sprague with 2 outs and the bases loaded behind him, trying to get through this 3rd inning. He's allowed 3 runs. He misses high on an 0-2 pitch, couldn't get the hitter to chase. A 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, and Coiner goes down for a 2nd time. But not a bad half inning there for Heppner Ione as the Mustangs will get back into this one. They score 3 runs against the UVC Monarchs, and we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning with it 8-4 our score here on 541radio.com and on the Score YouTube channel.
Nike.com to see the latest in Nike gear.
For over 45 years, Pacific Office Automation has remained locally owned and operated. They support the community, people, and places that matter. That's why they continue to sponsor the OSAA year after year. To learn more, visit PacificOffice.com. Pacific Office Automation, problem solved. 1-0 delivery from the right-hander on the mound, Caleb George, missing outside. A 2-0 count to start here for Caleb Saylor. George will miss off the turf in front of the plate. 3-0 count. Saylor had a walk in the second inning and scored a run for UVC. Up to bat for a second time in the ball game. First time facing Caleb George, who came in relief in the second. And George is going to... got off on the count there. It's a 3-1 count now. Thought that was going to be ball 4. Ground ball fouled away past the first base coach for strike 2. Saylor, Powell, and Sprague due up for the Monarchs here in the third. They lead it 8-4. Swing and a miss on a full count pitch. Saylor goes down for strike 3 and the first out in the third for the Mustangs. That'll be the first strikeout for Caleb George, facing his 4th batter in relief. 1 away. Hunter Powell will take high for ball 1. Keaton Coiner, let's see here. All 8 runs go to Coiner's total as a ball off the handle popped up first base side, waiting for it just behind the bag. First baseman Ryan Haugen is there to make the catch. And the Monarchs, after a sluggish visiting half of the third inning, here in the home half of the third, they're off to a slow start here, but the first 2 batters retired. Top of the order, though, has been trouble. Top 4 in the lineup have scored 6 runs for UVC. Tegan Sprague, the leadoff man, is 0 for 1 in the game. A RBI groundout his last time up after walking in his first at-bat. He takes for ball 1. It's his first time facing Caleb George. The 1-0 pitch here for the righty George. He swings into his windup and delivers a strike. The 1-1. Breaking ball missing low. Keaton Coiner now in center field defensively in his he goes 2 2/3 innings, gives up 8 runs on 3 hits, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Off the end of the bat for Sprague. He rolls it to second base. Kalen Proudfoot over to Haugen for the final out in a 1-2-3 inning defensively for the Mustangs. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. So it's a productive third inning for the Heppner Ione Mustangs as they score 3 in their half and then hold UVC scoreless in the bottom half. We will head to the top of the 4th. It's a 4-run ball game, 8-4, with the Mustangs coming up to bat here on 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. Head to the top of the fourth inning. It'll be Andrew Lindsay to lead off the inning once again after he started the third inning, and he will get a base hit here in the fourth. A grounder through the hole at short, and Lindsay will lead things off with his first hit in the game. He gets on base for a second time. Reached on an error the last time. This time gets on with a hit. Just the second hit in the ball game for the Mustangs, and they are trying to rally themselves back into this one, trailing 8-4. As we welcome you back here to Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg. I'm Joey Keeran, stepping in on a sports special here on The Score today for you on our video stream. Tegan Sprague on the mound, a pickoff throw to first, back in safely. Goes in Lindsay. Andrew Lindsay, he was a big part of the offense in the 4-3 win over Clatskanie back on Wednesday in the second round. He had 2 hits in 3 trips to the plate. First pitch to the leadoff man is in for a strike to Caleb George, the pitcher now. 4 runs on just 2 hits for Heppner Ione. Pitch high, 1-1 count. 8 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors in the game for Umpqua Valley Christian. 3 hit batters and a walk for Sprague, plus the error in that third inning really helped things out for the Mustangs to get a couple of runs on the board after giving up 5 in the bottom of the second and trailing 8-1. They were able to claw their way back in. A 1-1 count. Hits the corner, strike 2. Well, for the Mustangs, if they can get to a big run total, that's usually a good sign for them. As a pitch hits off the batter, and that is the 4th hit batter in this game for Tegan Sprague. Second straight time that Caleb George has gotten hit by a pitch. I mean, you would think if an offense can put up 10-plus runs in a game, that's usually pretty good. But for the Mustangs, they've scored 10-plus in all but 3 of their 18 wins this season. So when they get their offense going, they put up a lot of runs. They've had a number of games with 20-plus. They can get things rolling when their offense is going. And they've got runners on, and there's a chance to move the runners up as it goes off the end of the glove for Blankenship. Both runners move up 90 feet, and there's both runners now in scoring position after the pass ball. Right now it's with just 2 hits in this game for the Mustangs. It definitely feels like a lot of self-inflicted wounds right now for Umpqua Valley Christian. A 1-0 pitch. Bit high. Count goes to 2-0 for Kalen Proudfoot, the batter. He's 0 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice in the third. He hit a ball to short where Ryan Shaver decided to try and get the lead runner at third and threw it off the runner's back. Everybody was safe as a pitch in for a strike. A 2-1 delivery here for Sprague. Ground ball towards short. This should score a run. The shortstop Shaver across to Christenberry. Looked like he maybe gave a look to home, but with a 4-run lead, he was comfortable sending it to first to just get the out. Up to third base will go Caleb George. An RBI ground out for Kalen Proudfoot. 1 away. And coming in to score, Andrew Lindsay for a second time. It's 8-5. It's back to a 3-run deficit. First pitch outside, but it goes off the glove. Coming in to score. And just like that, it's a 2-run ball game. Another wild pitch. And it's 8-6. The Monarchs have let the Mustangs back into this one. 1 run in the second, 3 runs in the third, and another 2 runs here in the fourth for the Mustangs. Pitch in for a strike, a 1-1 count. On the mound, Sprague. Breaking ball, grounded towards short. Charging in Shaver. Low throw, but into the glove for Christenberry at first. 2 away. Going to bring up Alake Rodriguez with 2 down and nobody on.
Next batter is number 3, Alake Rodriguez.
Rodriguez 0 for 1 in the game. Last time up, lined out to third. 8-6 our score here in the top of the 4th, midway through this ball game. First pitch off the hands and fouled back for strike 1. This Mustang squad finishing in second place in their league standings, just 1 game out of first. Team on the other side still in the playoffs, that's Grant Union. They're the number 8 seed, Grant Union Prairie City. They're taking on 1 seed Kennedy. They get started at 4:30 here this afternoon. A 1-1 pitch. Misses low. 2 balls and a strike. Great to have everybody tuning in and joining us here. Glad you found the broadcast of today's Umpqua Valley Christian and Heppner Ione ball game. Ground ball to short, slipping out of the box, so plenty of time for Shaver as he fires over to first base to get Rodriguez. 3 straight ground balls to short as the Monarchs will get out of this, but 2 runs come in for the Mustangs, and they're back within a pair as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is 8-6, UVC in front of Heppner Ione on 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. Bottom of the 4th inning after a 1-2-3 third inning for Umpqua Valley Christian. They'll try to get their offense back up and running. 4 hits in the game, one of them a grand slam by Ryan Shaver. He's due up third. Justice Bindell leading off, took the first pitch, a strike, takes low and inside, a 1-1 count. Well, you can stay connected to your favorite team with OSAA Live mobile app. OSAA Live features the latest scores, schedules, and rankings for all your teams and leagues across Oregon. Pitch outside, 2-1 count. Access OSAA State Championship programs. Read the latest prep news and information. Search OSAA Live in the App Store or on Google Play to download today. 2-1 delivery, high and inside for a 3-1 count here to Justice Bindell, who has been walked and hit by a pitch. He has scored twice in this one. He's facing Caleb George, the right-hander on the mound for the first time. George had a 1-2-3 third inning, strikeout, pop-out, ground-out. His 3-1 pitch is in for strike 2. Bindell has to hang on to the bat. He was about ready to toss it back to his dugout. George came in, gave up a double to start, then a walk. Since then, he has retired 4 straight, looking to try and keep that going. Ball is fought off by Bindell. He doesn't let that one get him. Probably, it kind of looked like it was probably out of the zone, but he was not going to take any chances after taking what he thought was going to be ball 4, and it ended up being strike 2. 3-2 pitch, and that one definitely ball 4. Down to first for a third time in the ball game goes Justice Bindell. Bindell, second time reaching on a walk. Also was hit by a pitch, as we mentioned earlier. Every time he's gotten on base at first, he has stolen second. So keep an eye out for him down there at first base. Could be some thievery coming. Caleb York at the plate. There he goes. The throw down to second. Nope. In and out of the hands of the catcher, Matt Wilson. Couldn't hang on to it and get it down to second. So in safely for a third time in the ballgame goes Bindell. So every time he's gotten on base, he's stolen second, and he's eventually come around to score. We'll see if that trend continues. Pitch is high. 2-0 count for Caleb York, who walked in his last at-bat. A strike across, 2 balls and a strike. The matchup on the other side, Country Christian, North Clackamas Christian, co-op team, taking on Cross Hill Christian. Pitch high, 3-1 count now for Caleb York, the 3-hitter. Those two teams met previously in the season. It was very early. It was the second game of the year for Cross Hill Christian, but they beat Country Christian 11-1 back on March 26th. So a rematch there. 3-1 pitch, strike 2. Caleb York will have to stay in the box. The lefty will dig back in. George on the mound, toes the third base side of the rubber. That ball lifted left side. It's going to carry out to Cord Dickinson for the first out. Dickinson a couple of steps back. That ball about middle distance to the left field. And Caleb York flies out on a routine ball to the left fielder. That brings up Ryan Shaver, who has been extremely productive at the plate. An RBI double and a bases clearing grand slam. He's got 5 RBI on 2 hits. Takes inside just below the belt for a 1-0 count. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball there for Shaver. That was a nasty pitch out of Caleb George. Wind not blowing in too much at the moment. Seemed like there was no wind on that ball that Shaver hit. I don't know if it would have been enough to knock it down. That ball got out of here pretty good. Is a pitch at the top of the zone called strike 2. This is a big ballpark, plays pretty big. Usually the wind helps the defense. And I've seen a handful of home runs hit in this ballpark through the time that I've been calling games, but usually I'm kind of just waiting to see if it'll get out. And that one from Shaver back in the second, I didn't really have to wait on that one. He hits one hard, and that's a fair ball just behind the bag, and it rolls into the corner. He's got extra bases again. Coming around to score will be Bindell on another double for Ryan Shaver. It's 9-6 as the Monarchs will put a run back on the board as they try to stretch this lead back out once again. Shaver comes through with his 6th RBI in the game. It's his 3rd extra base hit. That one landed right behind the bag and easily scored Bindell from second. First pitch is high, ball 1. To Max Christenberry, who had a double his last time up. He hit one right down the line into the left field corner. Pitch inside, just missing his front elbow. 2-0 count. So the trend continued for Justice Bindell. Get on, steal second, and score all in the inning. He's done it now 3 times in the ball game, and he helps his team get it back out to a 3-run lead. Just missing the inside corner with the curveball there for George. And it's a 3-0 count. 5th hit in the ball game for the Monarchs, 3 of them from Ryan Shaver, who is 3 for 3 in the game. A pitch down the middle for a strike. George trying to stay in the at-bat. Is 3-1 is high. That'll be the 3rd walk issued by Caleb George. He's got 1 strikeout. And George has given up 2 hits. Both of them are doubles. Isaiah Blankenship, a walk in his last at-bat. It came against Caleb George. He'll take out the knees for strike 1. Quarterfinal action here in the 2A 1A state playoffs. Down to the final 8 teams in the bracket. As a pitch bounces off the plate, a 1-1 count. Semifinals, final 4 will be coming up next week, June 2nd, and the championship game June 6th. Location to be determined. 1-1 pitch, bounces outside. The runners all have to hold. Squaring the bunt there was Blankenship. Out at first base, Christenberry got way off the bag, but nobody was covering first, so he scampers back safely. Out at second base, Shaver, not as big of a jump on that one. Blankenship could not track down that ball that ended up bouncing off the turf outside. Behind the plate, Wilson did what he could to try and keep it from getting away. The pitch high and inside, buzzing the tower. Blankenship able to spin out of the way. 3-1 count. There is 1 base open. Ball in the air out towards center field for Blankenship. Playable for Coiner out there. The lefty will catch. Tagging from second, heading to third will go Shaver. The throw will get cut off. Runners on the corners on the fly ball out to center.
Next batter, number 13, Cade Downey.
2 away, 1 run in so far here in the 5th. Men on the corners, and Cade Downing will bat. He is 1 for 3 with a single to right, his first time up. First pitch, runner takes off for second. In safely will go Christenberry. No throw from Wilson behind the plate. Downing will start off with a 1-0 count. 6th hitter to come up to bat. He takes for a 2-0 count. George with the 2-0. It's a ball hit to right field. It'll just be out of the reach of Proudfoot at second. A run and 2 runs. Yes, 2 runs come in to score. Up to second base will go Downey. A 2-run base hit to right field for Cade Downey. With 2 outs, runners moving on contact.
Number 3, Caleb Taylor.
So easily scoring with Shaver from third. Christenberry comes in from second. Downey ends up taking second base on the throw home. First pitch fouled away by Caleb Saylor for strike 1. Downey delivers his second hit of the game, picks up his first RBIs, driving in a pair. Saylor 0 for 1 in the game with a walk and a run scored. His 0-1 pitch fouled away. Two down, Caleb George trying to get through this 5th inning. But the Monarchs have started to find their offensive groove again. Is taking a pitch outside. Saylor, 1 ball, 2 strikes against him. Couple of walks here in this 4th inning. And then a couple of big hits. A double by Shaver that drove in 1, and then a 2-out single by Downey that scores a pair. Saylor at the moment. 2-2 pitch coming up here from George. Sends it in the air right side. Drifting back. The second baseman, Proudfoot, both hands overhead, squeezes it for the final out. The Monarchs will get 3 runs on the board here in the 4th inning on a pair of hits. There were no errors, 1 man left on base. So 3 runs come across. It's 11-6 our score as we head to the top of the 5th inning on 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. Welcome back to Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg. Purchase your official state championships merchandise at osaastore.com with Rush Team Apparel, the exclusive merchandise partner of the OSAA. You have more options. Customize your gear with your school name, a student name, event decals, and more. Nike products are also available. Browse the selection of official state merchandise, state championship merchandise at osaastore.com. Top of the 5th inning, Cord Dickinson leading off. The lefty is 0 for 1, hit by a pitch his last time up against Tegan Sprague. And he swings through for the first pitch. Strike 1 to get things started here in the 5th inning. They're just about to get going in the matchup at Eagle Field, where Cross Hill Christian is taking on Country Christian, North Clackamas Christian, the co-op team there. Cross Hill Christian, the 2 seed. Taking on the 10 seed. Lifting a ball in the air left side. Dickinson races to first, is into foul territory. Justin Bindell will make the catch. 1 away. That'll bring up Brody McDaniel. 1 for 2 today with that bunt single. Back in the 2nd inning. Sprague delivers in a strike to get things started against McDaniel, trying to kind of get back into things here. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball. Twisted up McDaniel. He didn't know what to think there. A ball and 2 strikes. Sprague misses with his breaking ball low. Top of the 5th here. We've got 1 out. Brody McDaniel at the plate. Ryan Haugen is waiting on deck. 2-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. First strikeout since the third inning for Tegan Sprague. It's his 5th in the game. 2 down, and Ryan Haugen will bat. Haugen is 0 for 1 in the game, but he's got a pair of RBI. Drove in a run on a ground out and then got hit with the bases loaded. Check swing, he pokes it foul down the first base side. Sprague looking to get a 1-2-3 inning for the first time since the first inning. That ball down the line. Hunter Powell playing it perfectly as he drifts into foul territory to make the catch, and it's a quick 1-2-3, top of the 5th inning. Haugen flies out. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. It is 11-6. Umpqua Valley Christian Monarchs ahead by 5. Going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Leading off, Hunter Powell belts one to center field, but it is right to Coiner out in center field. Keaton Coiner makes the catch to retire Powell, who was 0 for 3 in the game. He's put the ball in play every time. Been a bit unlucky. Line out to the shortstop. Hits one well there, but right at the center fielder. Also has flown out to the first baseman. So with 1 away, it's the top of the order up for a 4th time in the ballgame. Tegan Sprague looking for his first hit. He'll take outside from Caleb George, who continues to throw. Came in the 2nd inning. So this is he's getting into his 3rd full inning of work. If he can finish it out, he gets a swing and a miss on a pitch tailing away from the right-hander. Right now, 2 1/3 innings of work for Caleb George. And I just realized that I misspoke when I said that the starter went 2 2, 2 2/3. Bunt, third base side, and the throw is low to first. It gets away, but staying at first base will be Sprague. Going to put that down as an error on the scoreboard here at the field. I was kind of wondering. It was one that was on the line. I thought that if it was a good throw, I thought they had a chance to get him, but the throw low gets away. So I would agree. I would think that was an error. So not a base hit. First error in the game for the Mustangs. On safely is Sprague for the 2nd time in the game. Reached on a walk in the 1st. Showing a bunt, throw down to second base. They got it there with a chance, but it skips away from the shortstop, Rodriguez. And Sprague will get into second safely. One-0 count at the plate for Justice Bindell. Bindell is walked, hit by a pitch, and walked. He's gotten on base 3 times, scored 3 times. The 1-0 takes low. So Keaton George, he only went an inning and 2/3. That's the accurate number for him. Two-0 count. Goes behind the head of the hitter, ducking out of the way. Bendel ahead in the at-bat, 3-0. A 3-0 pitch. That's another chance on base for Justice Bendel. Unfortunately, with a runner at second already, he does not have a chance to try and steal second base for a fourth time in the game. And we get a visit out to the mound here for the Mustangs. Break in the action. We can tell you that On Point Community Credit Union is a proud sponsor of the OSAA State Championship. On Point is Oregon's largest locally headquartered credit union, serving more than 633,000 members. Visit onpointcu.com. On Point is federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity. We get a new arm on the mound. I believe that is Rodriguez moving from short. It will be Alake Rodriguez
New pitcher for Heppner
will take over.
Alake Rodriguez.
We'll get you all the changes after this quick pause in the action. So the new man, Alake Rodriguez, will take over on the mound after Caleb George goes 2 2/3. And he will face Caleb York, the three-hitter in the lineup. The lefty digs in. Both runners steal, throw down to third base, and I misspoke. Tegan Sprague will steal third, and right behind him, Justice Bendel gets his fourth stolen base, taking second for a fourth time in the ball game. So I misspoke. He does get a chance to steal a bag for a fourth time. Pitch is in low, a 1-1 count. Low again, and it's a 2-1 count. Rodriguez, a right-hander moving from shortstop. That ball ripped to right field, but it carries, and it goes off the glove for McDaniel. Looked like he had a great read on it. Throw goes to second base, gets away, and so into second will go York. A smashed right field by Caleb York, and it goes, he's not coming in for a new one. It almost looked like from up here, like it went through his glove, but it must have just gone right in and out of it for McDaniel out there.
10,
Drop fly ball. York ends up at second base on the error. Sprague came in to score from third, and Bendel gets to third base from second. We've got runners at second and third with still just the one out. A soft liner into left field over the head of Caleb George, who's now playing short. One run will score, and a second run comes in as Ryan Shaver is 4 for 4 in the ball game, picks up 2 more RBI, and he helps his team stretch this lead out even more. 3 runs total have come in here in the fifth. It is now 14-6. Ryan Shaver, have a day at the plate, young man.
Jack Anderson to run at first base.
Jack Anderson comes in to run at first base. Double home grand slam, double, and now a single for Ryan Shaver. And they bring in a pinch runner. Still just one out. Anderson stealing second. The throw down there gets him. Two away and the bases are empty. Pitch inside. Here's a replay of that throw down to second base. Just in time, perfectly placed, and they get him. It's a 1-1 pitch. Count goes to 2-1 for Max Christenberry with 2 down and nobody on. 3 runs have come in. If the Monarchs were able to get 2 more, they could end this one here in the 5th. A pitch low and outside, 3-1 count. UVC has scored 3 in the first, 5 in the second, 3 in the fourth. They've put 3 up here in the 5th inning so far. New man on the mound, Rodriguez. 3-1 pitch, fouled away. There are 2 outs with nobody on base. Christenberry is 1 for 2 in the game, a double and a walk. Scored a run. He's also struck out. 3-2 swung on and missed for strike 3, and that will wrap up the 5th inning. We'll head to the top of the 6th inning. The Umpqua Valley Christian Monarchs, they hold a 14-6 lead. So we head to the top of the 6th inning here from Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg. I'm Joey Keeran. This is a sports special on 541radio.com and on the Score YouTube channel. This broadcast of the postseason is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit Toyota.com. Your local Toyota dealer, Toyota. Let's go places. At Champion Car Wash Field in Roseburg, Oregon, it's the quarterfinal round of the 2A, 1A state playoffs. The 2-time defending state champs, Umpqua Valley Christian, leading this one 14-6, trying to finish it off and move on to the semifinals once again. Up to bat for Heppner Ione is Keaton Coiner, lefty, facing a new arm on the mound. It's Ryan Shaver. Gets a swing and a miss and pumps then strike 2 on the inside corner, and Shaver's ahead quickly 0-2 in the at-bat against Coiner, who has struck out twice. Shaver delivers, and that'll be strike 3. A quick one to get things started there for Ryan Shaver. One away for the Mustangs. 9-hitter Andrew Lindsay's been productive, on base twice with a base hit in his last at-bat. He has scored twice in this game as well, but he'll face the new arm, Ryan Shaver. Tegan Sprague done. We'll get you his numbers. Pitch in for a strike. 0-1 count to start. Shaver moving from shortstop to the mound. Breaking ball missing outside. 1-1 count. Tegan Sprague goes to shortstop to fill in for Shaver defensively. Ball hit to right field. Powell out there. Hunter will track it down. 2 away. They'll get Andrew Lindsay. And the top of the order will come up to bat, Caleb George. The Mustangs are down to their final 4 outs to work with, barring the fact that if they can keep UVC from scoring 2 more runs when they come up to bat. First pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. So Tegan Sprague, who's now at shortstop. He goes 5 innings in this one. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball that's spiked off the turf. George goes chasing. Sprague 5 innings. He gives up 6 runs but only 2 hits. He walked 2, had 5 strikeouts, but he hit 4 batters. And a couple of errors in there didn't help out as well. That ball hit to right field. It's going to get down in front of Hunter Powell. Hard throwing Ryan Shaver. Caleb George behind just a bit, but he's able to sneak it in for a hit. His first hit in the game, 3rd hit for the Mustangs. It's a 2-out single, puts a man at first. And up to bat will be Kalen Proudfoot, the second baseman. He takes just below the knees for ball 1. Proudfoot drove in a run in the 4th inning on a ground out to short. Also reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 3rd. He'll hit one to short again. Bounding ball to Sprague. He'll throw across the diamond in time for the out at first. 4 batters come up, but it's a pretty quick inning there for the Mustangs at the plate. And it is no runs on the 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 14-6. Umpqua Valley Christian in front. And the quarterfinals here from Champion Car Wash Field on 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. For over 45 years, Pacific Office Automation has remained locally owned and operated. They support the community, people, and places that matter. That's why they continue to sponsor the OSAA year after year. To learn more, visit PacificOffice.com. Pacific Office Automation, problem solved. Well, they'll just be underway on the other side of the bracket between Cross Hill Christian and Country Christian North Clackamas Christian. The winner of that matchup will face the winner of this one. First pitch outside, ball 1 to Isaiah Blankenship. Rodriguez, that is Alec A. Rodriguez, continues to throw for the Mustangs. Misses low and outside, a 2-0 count. came in the 5th inning, faced 3 batters, an error, a drop fly ball in right field, then a 2-run single and a strikeout in those 3 batters. 2-0 pitch in for a strike to Blankenship, who is 0 for 2 in the game with a walk. Rodriguez with his 2-1. It's fouled up and out of play. 2-2 count. Rodriguez showing some good skills at shortstop defensively. On the mound, 3rd pitcher used. So that ball is just over the fence. Giving chase was Haugen at first base, but kind of went crashing into the fence at the last second, realizing that ball was going to be out of reach. But Rodriguez at short, he was showing some pretty good skills out there. Came in, 3rd pitcher used. And he will let one get away from him. Isaiah Blankenship will get hit by that pitch. Actually, nope. Well, yeah, no, they're bringing in a courtesy runner for him. I thought maybe they were going to call him back and call it a foul ball. So Blankenship will get on with the hit by pitch. He's on at first. 2nd hit batter in the game for the Monarchs when they're at the plate. So a runner on at first, and Cade Downey will bat. He's 2 for 3 in the game. Strike on the first one. Downey, a single in the 2nd, had a 2-run single in the 4th. Oh, 1 pitch, softly hit right side. This could be trouble, but it is out of reach, and so up to second base will go the runner. They had the runner moving at first. Brought in the courtesy runner for the catcher. That is Jack Wells once again out there running. He took off running on the pitch, but then the ball softly hit in the air to the right side, and it just kept tailing away from Kalen Proudfoot, the second baseman. Downey will end up with his 3rd single of the game, and there's runners at first and second. That ball, if it didn't just keep tailing away, Proudfoot could have had a catch and an easy double play because Jake Wells was nowhere close to first. A diving catch made, now a throw out to second base, and there's the double play. First baseman Ryan Haugen came charging in on the bunt attempt by Saylor. He makes the catch, sliding into foul territory, and Wells out at second base, way off the bag, can't get back in time. Double play. Just came a batter later for the Mustangs. And so they will get 2 there, a nice twin killing. Runner at first base with 2 down. Up to bat is going to be Hunter Powell. Swing and a miss on the 1-0. So a double play there. Downey still at first after Saylor's bunt attempt. Does not go the way he was hoping. It goes a bit awry. Bouncing off the turf. 2-1 count to Powell, who was 0 for 3 in the game. The 2-1. Powell hits one to center field. Coming in. Sliding attempt, and it gets by Coiner. That's going to roll. This might end it right here. They're going to send around Downey to score. They've got Powell going to third. They'll hold him up there. 90 feet shy from finishing this one on a walk-off to center. It's 15-6. Hunter Powell drives in a run. He gets a triple out of that one. I was going to say he has been the most unlucky hitter in the game if that one was caught. He has hit some pretty good balls, but they've been right at defenders, and that one was right to the center fielder Coiner, but he could not come in fast enough, made a diving attempt, and it gets by him, rolls out towards the deep part of the park in center field, and that easily allowed Downey to score from first. And all the way to third was Powell with the RBI triple. Top of the order, Tegan Sprague coming up to bat. If the Monarchs can get Powell to score from third, this game will come to a close after just 6 innings. It's the 9th hit in the game for the Monarchs. Sprague at the top of the order does not have one of those 9 hits. He's walked, reached on an error, and then grounded out twice. He's scored twice in this game. No pitching change, just a mound visit here.
Top of the order for UBC, number 8, Tegan Sprague.
So Sprague will stand in. A 9-run lead for Umpqua Valley Christian. Rodriguez. First pitch, it's in the air to right field. If it's caught, that'll finish out the inning. And this time, McDaniel will hang on to it and will go to the 7th. But Umpqua Valley Christian, they put one more run on the board, and they are 3 outs away from moving on to the semifinals once again. It would be a 3rd straight year, and they actually might be more than that, but it at least is 3 straight as they look to get back to their 3rd straight state championship game. We head to the 7th, a 15-6 lead for UVC. As a reminder for all of you on the road, Oregon Department of Transportation encourages you to please be sure to park your phone so that our roadways are safer for everyone. We go to the 7th inning. The Mustangs need 9 runs to tie it up and force the bottom of the 7th. First pitch swinging away. It's Jace Wilson. He skies one towards left, but it'll stay on the infield. And Tegan Sprague, the shortstop, makes the catch for the first out. 1 away as the Monarchs need 1 more. 1 more, or 2 more outs, excuse me, to keep this, get this one over with. They needed 1 more one more run in that bottom of the 6th to try and end it, quote unquote, early. Here in the 7th, Ryan Shaver on the mound. First pitch fouled off the mask of Blankenship behind the plate. That doubled him over for a moment. And that'll give him a break behind the plate. So let's see. Country Christian and Cross Hill Christian squaring off. They're in the top of the 2nd. It is 2-2 between those 2 teams on the other side of the bracket. Two-two. Top of the 2nd, still early. They just got started at 4:30. Everybody's getting excited here. If it's an upset, UVC could host again next round. 0-1 pitch, a strike against Alakai Rodriguez, who is 0 for 2 in the game, a walk and a run scored. We'll have a score on that one before we sign off. Is a pitch high, 1-2 count. But if it is Cross Hill Christian that wins, Umpqua Valley Christian will have to go on the road for the first time in the postseason. The 1-2. Ooh, off the helmet. And down to first base will go Rodriguez. 5th hit batter in the game by UVC pitchers. Umpqua Valley Christian, they've been one of the hot teams at the 2A, 1A level, that's for sure, and as expected as the two-time defending state champs. But they started the year 3-5. Since then, they've gone 19-1 over their last 20 games. First pitch fouled off, is back behind the plate. Isaiah Blankenship getting beat up back there. 19-1 over their last 20. UVC, 6 losses total this year. That is the most losses they've had in a single season since 2018. The 0-1 bounces and hit the batter. Alakai Rodriguez had taken off, was going to steal second, but then Cord Dickinson gets hit on a pitch that bounces in. That is back-to-back hit batters for Ryan Shaver. So they are having things continue on here just a bit. They've got to fix some stuff with the communication device to the catcher, Blankenship. Well, the OSAA is going digital with Hometown Ticketing, the official ticketing partner of the OSAA. Access tickets for all first round through state championship finals via the OSAA website or OSAA Live app. Order your tickets in advance and present your digital ticket at the gate. Convenient, paperless, and easy to use. Visit osaa.org/tickets. We're going to get a pinch hitter for Brody McDaniel with 1 out and 2 runners on. First pitch is low for ball 1. As stepping in is Mason Haugen, a sophomore. Haugen with the 1-0 pitch coming from Shaver. Breaking ball outside, 2-0 count. Credit the Mustangs early. They were down 8-1 in the second. They battled their way back. It was 8-6 after the top of the 4th. But Umpqua Valley Christian has scored in each of the last 3 innings. 7 runs on the board to stretch it out as a pitch in for a strike. Mason Haugen kind of lost his balance as he was trying to watch that one go by. 2-1 pitch to the sophomore. Runner takes off from second. They throw down to third base, but the throw is low, and Bendel unable to handle the throw down to third base by Bendel. Or excuse me, by Blankenship. Bendel at third could not quite hang on to it. So stolen base for Rodriguez and Dickinson, who steals second behind him. A 2-2 count at the plate for Haugen. That is Mason Haugen. Haugen will stand back in. RBI opportunity for him. Grounds it right side. That'll drive in a run. He slips out of the box, though. He will not get a chance to get to first. But he does drive in a run, picks up an RBI in his only at-bat. Christenberry fields, and covering the bag was Shaver. The pitcher there for the put-out at first. 1 run comes in. There are 2 down. Ryan Haugen, 0 for 2 in the game. He's driven in a couple of runs himself. Ryan will dig in. He's got Cord Dickinson at third. Alakai Rodriguez scored on that ground out by Mason Haugen. First pitch fouled back into the netting. The 0-1 pitch. Shaver misses the location with his breaking ball, lone outside. Clouds have rolled in as the evening wears on. It's cooling off just a bit here as we're hitting the 5 o'clock hour in the Umpqua Basin. A 1-1 pitch. Grounder to short. This could do it. Sprague with time. Easy toss across. And Christenberry's there. That will wrap up a victory in the quarterfinals for the Umpqua Valley Christian Monarchs. Final score will be 15-7. UVC gets the win, and they will be moving on to face the winner of Cross Hill Christian and Country Christian in the next round. They are still tied at 2 in the bottom of the second there.
Country Christian North Clackamas is the number 10 seed. They're playing right now.
We'll see how that one finishes out, but the teams will shake hands at home as we put together some final numbers here for you.
If Cross Hill Christian wins, we will be out on the road. The USA wants to thank you, the title sponsor.
Well, congratulations to Heppner Ione on one of their best seasons in a while. They will finish 18-7 on the year, reaching the quarterfinals for the first time since 2023.
Carly, drive me home. Drive careful. And please park your phone. That our roadways are safe.
And
Good afternoon,
for the
everyone.
Umpqua Valley Christian Monarchs, they're back in the semifinals once again.
Thank you guys and coaches and family for coming to be in here.
After winning the state championship the last 2 years, the Umpqua Valley Christian Monarchs will have a chance to keep that hopes of a title alive as they get the win and will advance. They're 1 win away from having a chance to play for another state championship. So the final numbers in this one: 7 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors for the Mustangs of Heppner Ione. And the Mustangs will leave 6 runners on base. For Umpqua Valley Christian, 15 runs on 9 hits. There are 2 errors. I'm just hearing that was win number 500 for Coach Dave York. 26th year leading this Umpqua Valley Christians team. Wow, congratulations. Coach York, 500 in his career. You got to love that. So 15 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for UVC, and they left 4 men on base here today. Tegan Sprague will get the win in this one. Taking the loss will be Keaton Coiner. Takes the loss in this one. Ryan Shaver came in and pitched 2 innings. He came in with a pretty big lead at the time, so it's not a safe situation for him there. Sprague went 5 innings, allowed 6 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, 4 hit batters. Shaver comes in, pitches 2 innings. He gives up 1 hit, 1 run. He had 1 strikeout. He did not walk anybody, and he hit 2 batters. On the other side, Keaton Coiner goes 1 2/3. He allows 8 runs on 3 hits, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 1 hit batter. Caleb George came in, pitched 2 2/3 innings, gave up 5 runs on 3 hits, 4 walks, 1 strikeout. And then Alake Rodriguez entered the game in the 5th inning. And he got 2/3 of an out, so he goes an inning and 2/3. Or he got 2/3 of an inning to start and then got a full inning to finish it out. So he goes an inning and 2/3. He gave up 3 of the 9 hits, and he is credited with 2 of the runs in this one. He did not walk anybody and had 1 strikeout and 1 hit batter. Offensively, Caleb George hit by a pitch twice, scores a run, also had a single, scores 2 runs, had a single. Kalen Proudfoot goes 0 for 4 in the game, reached on a fielder's choice, scored a run, also drove in a run on a ground out. Jace Wilson was 0 for 3 with a walk. Alake Rodriguez goes 0 for 2, a walk and a hit by pitch, scores twice. Cord Dickinson was 0 for 2, hit by pitch twice. Bernie McDaniel was 1 for 3 with a bunt single, struck out twice. In that same position in the lineup, the 6th spot, Mason Haugen came in, had an RBI ground out. Ryan Haugen was 0 for 3. He had 2 RBI, an RBI ground out, and an RBI on a bases-loaded hit by pitch. Keaton Coiner goes 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Andrew Lindsay was 1 for 3 at the bottom of the order with 2 runs scored. On the other side for Umpqua Valley Christian, Tegan Sprague was 0 for 4 in the game. He reached on a walk, scored in the first, had an RBI ground out in the second, reached on an error in the fifth, and scored a run there as well. Justice Bindell was 0 for 0 in the game. Walked 3 times, hit by a pitch. He scores 4 times and stole second 4 times in this game. Caleb York was 0 for 3 in the game. 2 runs scored, reached on a walk and an error. Ryan Shaver, 4 for 4 in the game, and he scores 3 times. He drives in a total of 8 runs. He had a RBI double, a grand slam, another RBI double, and then a 2-run single in his 4 at-bats, and again scores 3 times. Max Christenberry goes 1 for 3 with a double. He had a walk and scored a run, struck out twice. Isaiah Blankenship was 0 for 2 with a strikeout, hit by a pitch, and a walk. Cade Downey goes 3 for 4 in the game with 3 singles, drove in a pair and scored twice. Caleb Saylor was 0 for 3 with a walk and scored a run, and Hunter Powell was 1 for 4 with an RBI triple. Again, we are waiting to find out how things work out in the matchup between Cross Hill Christian and Country Christian North Clackamas Christian. Cross Hill is the 2 seed, Country Christian the 10 seed. If Country Christian were to get the win, then Umpqua Valley Christian would be at home in the semifinal round on June 2nd. If Cross Hill Christian, the 2 seed, gets the win, then the game will be on the road for Umpqua Valley Christian, and that will be coming up on June 2nd. They're in the bottom of the second in that game, and it is still tied at 2 with 2 outs. There's runners on the corners. Actually, make that runners at second and third for Cross Hill Christian with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Well, it's been my pleasure. I don't know what the future will hold for being able to broadcast any games for UVC, but it's been my pleasure to be invited in to cover this game for you and bring you all the action here from Champion Car Wash Field. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and joining us. We hope that if you're here for the Umpqua Valley Christians, we hope that you get to celebrate some more as the postseason continues on. If you're here to tune in for the Heppner Ione Mustangs, thanks so much for finding the broadcast and tuning in, and congratulations to your team on a fantastic season. Congratulations, it sounds like, in order for head coach Dave York on his 500th career victory for the Umpqua Valley Christian Monarchs. Good luck the rest of the way. Hopefully he has a few more in his back pocket the rest of this season. I'm Joey Keeran. This has been the OSAA On Point Community Credit Union 2A, 1A Baseball State Championships. The quarterfinal round is done. It's on to the semifinals for your Umpqua Valley Christian Monarchs, a 15-7 victory. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and joining us for the broadcast. Without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keeran. We've got more baseball coming up on the summer. If you're tuning in and joining us, you might want to hit the subscribe button because we've got Legion Baseball coming up over the summer as well. So if you're a fan of baseball, this is a great place to be on our YouTube channel there at 1490 The Score on YouTube. We'll talk to you next time here online. This has been Umpqua Valley Christian Baseball